How's it going, everyone? Proto here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're playing on our world that we are building together. I've got a couple things done in preparations for this episode. Um, First, let's gather up this real quick because we're here. But yeah, I've been doing some farming of materials that we can use to start building the lighthouse, which is what we're going to start doing today. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to finish it at all, but that's kind of the goal, is to at least get as much of it done as possible. I do have an idea as far as what we're going to use for the light itself. There's a couple ways that I've done it in the past, but I think one way that might just be a little bit easier for the time being, I have an idea for. Um, Apart from that, I've leveled out this area so we can start building. Um, took me a little bit of time to kind of clear out the top layer of dirt and whatnot. But as far as materials go, um, this is what we've got. This is what we're working with. We've got a whole row of dorite, granite, andesite, cobblestone, cobbled deep slate. I started getting a lot of dirt, so I just started putting it in here. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to use the cobbled deep slate. We're going to change it into um, cobbled stone brick, and we will start the foundations and the base with that. Um, and then what I think I'm going to do is actually for like the flooring inside the building, we're going to use polished andesite. So we'll take this and we'll transform it, and we will use. You know what? Actually, no. I take that back. What we'll do is we're going to use the stone cobbled deep slate for the base. What we'll do is we'll just use normal cobblestone for the inside of the building. And then we will change the dorite into polished dorite, the andesite into polished andesite, and we'll use that as the stem of the lighthouse. So I think that's going to be the play um, for this build. We'll come over here, we'll drop this in, we'll take this deep slate, get the deep slate bricks going here. Um, but yeah, I've got a lot in preparation. I'm not sure if some of these blocks will be enough, and I probably will have to go and farm up more at some point. Um, I'm gonna leave 4 uncut, 4 stacks uncut for the time being. Let's grab the cobblestone. This itself, I mean, we're gonna have to make steps, so let's just make steps with it now. And this is the most efficient way of crafting anything these days as far as when it comes to stairs and stuff like that, because if you do it the original way, it takes like 3 cobblestone. It takes 6 cobblestone normally to make 4 steps. But now with the stone cutter thing, it's a 1-for-1 trade-off, so it's quite handy. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start laying out like a base of how big the building is going to be, just at a baseline where we'll start building up from, and then I'll show you guys in just a minute what my layout looks like. So I'll be back in just a moment. All right, this is what I got going on right now. I got the circular room over here, but I also have like the small building that sometimes is attached to the lighthouse. Like sometimes lighthouses aren't just the tower itself, but they've got like a building attached to it. Um, so I've got like an area over here for that, and then I made the actual tower size a 5 blocks. Then you got a 5-block corner, and then 5 blocks. So it's basically 5 by 5. Um, that's how big I'm gonna make it. I don't normally make them this big, but it definitely gives us a lot of space when we get to the top of the tower to actually do a lot of stuff and move around and whatnot. So I wanted to do it this way. I've done it once this big before, and I really like the way it turned out. So this is what I've got going on, and from here we're just gonna start building up. I think the easiest thing that we're gonna do is build the room over here first. And you know what? I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna save and conserve on some materials, and we'll put a window right here. That'll look really nice. Um, I think I'm not gonna put a window on this side though. We're gonna start going around and just start building this up. And what I usually like to do, although, I think I'm gonna build this up 5 high before we start doing the actual stem itself. I usually do it 3 by 3, but I want these buildings that I make in this world when it comes to custom buildings like this to be taller than I would normally do. So, I think I'm gonna make a window, a 3 wide window right here, and those will be our 2 windows for this room: the front door window and the side window right here. And of course, we're gonna build this up. That's the door. There we go. There we go, there we go. Alright. Once I get this room more built up, just to save us on some amount of time, but I wanted to show you guys what the plan was for the actual structure itself. But as soon as I get more of this built up, I'll bring you back in to show you the progress. Alright? See you in a bit. Alright, this is what I got going on so far. As you can see behind me, we've got the 5 high structure itself going on. I put in the glass panes for the windows. I added a door. I added this little bit here for a hanging light for right in front of the door. I think it gives it a good amount of aesthetic and whatnot. The reason why we go 5 high is that, like, right here, I'm going to put in, like, a roof line for the building. And as you can see, I left an indent here. I'm thinking about putting, like, wood, like, logs here to give it, like, add a bit more to it, to give it, like, a stone wood look. I'm not sure if I want to do it with the oak, though. I'm probably going to have to go with the oak here. I don't think we're going to find dark oak. Dark oak would probably look really nice with it, but at the same time we have the oak door, and I'm thinking maybe stripped oak logs will make this look aesthetically pleasing. Inside I've added a pressure plate, a stone pressure plate, so that we can just walk through the door, hit that, and be on our way. And at this point, we're going to start making the staircase to start climbing up through the tower. That's what the next step is going to have to be. So I'll walk you through this process, because sometimes this can be a little bit tricky depending on how you want to build your staircase. I kind of like doing it as much around the edge as possible normally when this is smaller, but since we have a bigger structure to play around with here, I think as soon as you walk into this room, I'm gonna start right here. And this can be the tricky. Actually, you know what? No. One of the big reasons why I like doing it flush with the wall is that you don't have a side of the wall where you could potentially fall into. So we're gonna make this like this. We're gonna go three across, and we're just gonna start building up just like this. And at a certain point, you have to, like right here, this certain point, what you want to do actually is make a floor. So I didn't make slabs for the floor yet, so I'm going to go do that real quick, and I'll be right back. All right, here we go. I got some slabs. So yeah, like I was saying, like right here, you just want to start putting this in for the next level, and you want to just like be able to walk straight up the steps and beyond the the flat surface here. So from this point, what we're going to do is we're gonna just do this, give it a corner here, right? And then what we want to do is, let me think about this for a second. I mean, technically we would have wanted to start there actually. Yeah. So here we go. Um, just like this here, we gave a little bit of space after, the pillar there. This would be the equivalent to that pillar. So we are going to keep this flush with this, is going to be flat, and then you go 1, 2, and 3. You can leave this here. If we want to build a railing so we don't fall, this is actually a good thing to keep right here, because then we can work with that right there. So yeah, actually that's kind of what you want to do. The problem, actually technically this pillar here is this pillar here. I just realized that. But the start to the steps is always going to be more flush, and as we go up the steps, we're going to increase in space. Um, so what we'll do here is we'll get a dirt block here, just like this. I don't really need to extend that the whole way, but we'll do this, 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 remove all this. And then we move up. But we're at this level here where we can start building the first stem color. And I think, do I want to do 3 andesite, 2 dorite, or 2 dorite, 3 andesite? I need the blocks regardless, so we're gonna go over here and we're gonna grab what we need. Let me drop some of this stuff off real quick. We're already low on deep slate. I mean, we have this here, which we can always convert back over, but since we're nowhere near the top just yet, I'm just gonna put this in here for now so we can save up on space. We'll do that. The door we'll put here. Glass we'll put here because we're nowhere near needing to use that again. I think in the meantime we can cook some more glass. Eggs. Okay, we got our torches. We do need those. Arrows. We don't need arrows. I'm just trying to, get us some more room here. I have more lanterns. I love putting lanterns in to the build. Alright, so this is what we're going to do. We are going to do, I think I'm going to do 2 rows of dorite, which I know we're going to need a lot more of these materials, but I'm just going to fill us in with what we got. I guess I'll just take it all. And what we do is we'll start making the polished stuff right now. Whoops. Do that. Are there any more? Yes, there's one. Yeah, that actually makes sense. There we go. That's that. Here comes the andesite. Do that, and this should be the same as the other thing. Alright, there we go. It is getting nighttime, and I don't want to be working in the night because mobs and whatnot, I mean, they can't really get to us, but let's just lay in the bed that I crafted because phantoms were getting way too annoying at night, so we had to rectify that problem, so I did craft a bed. Ended up finding some sheep off in that direction over there. Anyway, let's get back to building up the tower here. Again, I think the first color, we're gonna do 3 gray, 2 white. And what I mean by that is when you go do the stem here, how I like to do it is you go 3 high for a color. Let's make sure we're not falling here. Yeah, this is gonna look really nice. I'm really gonna like the gray, black, and white look here. So yeah, we go 3 high like this, and then on top of this layer we'll do the doorright, and then another layer of the andesite, then another layer of the doorright, and then one final layer of the andesite. So that's how I process these lighthouses when I make them. Again, sometimes we're just not 5 high. Sometimes I just do a simple 3 high for the base and then 3, 3, 3. But everything in the middle, as far as the stems go, is always 3. It's just aesthetically, it turns out better that way. So yeah, I'm going to get this process done, and then as soon as I got this first stem line in, I'll bring it back in, and then we'll continue with the stairs, because the stairs, again, can be quite the trick. I mean, they're not super hard, but it just comes down to how do you solve the gap problem, and I do have some tricks for that. So I'll be right back, and we'll get back into this in just a second. Alright, here we are. We got the first stem line in, minus this bit. I'm going to figure out what we're going to do with this, because normally the way that I attach a side building in is I just come in straight in through like one of these areas here, but I decided to corner it off this time because I thought it would be interesting that way. I might do something interestingly special with this space, or I might just continue the way this corner is, like the way one of those corners would be in the end of this. But I want to play around with this first. So we'll come back to this section of the building towards the end of the build and see what we want to do with it. In the meantime, we do need to continue upward. I don't need this axe on me, so let's do this, and then we do this, grab this, do the 3. We're not gonna worry about dirt right now. We're just gonna do this. Yep. Okay. We want to do, I think we might have to rotate this. So we came up to that one point where it was just one, like right here, where it was like one block, and then we had to come over. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 blocks right here, since this is technically a different end point than the original spot because of where we started on the wall. And this is where it kind of gets a little easier. Now from here, it's basically going to be a rotation game. Kind of. Well, I guess not really. So this goes up. And then we want this here. And then we can dirt, grab our stairs, 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit different, but it's gonna be perfectly fine in the end of this. Again, I can show you guys what you can do on the sides of these at the end, towards the end of the build, what you can, creative things that you can do with that. since we are at the next stem line, let's grab our dorite blocks, and we can proceed to fill this in. Start all the way over here at the end. 1, 2, 3. Basically, the easiest thing to do is just make the bottom part an area that you can walk on, and then it makes filling the top 2 lines that much easier. But yeah, we're gonna do this real quick. All right, here we go. I've come to the realization that this isn't gonna be able to go straight all the way up like this, because we do need to corner off coming up to this level here. So this we're gonna extend just like any other corner like that, and then that way we can continue upward. I'll do that as soon as we get over there. In the meantime, let's start our process here. Get those going. But yeah, I'm liking the way this is turning out. Later on, ever since patch 1.19.3 came out, my old texture pack for resource pack doesn't really work on the new for everything on the new update, and I'm waiting for the developers that like to do that kind of stuff to create stuff that'll work for our game. So as soon as something like really cool comes out, I usually like either realism resource packs or things that kind of look like medieval. If once one of those come out, these are going to look a little bit different. I'm hoping that in like a realism one, the white blocks will be a little bit more flat because it's kind of graded against this. It's a little different, and I kind of like streamline things that look in unison. My last resource pack did do that, and it looked phenomenal. So yeah, once we can get an actual resource pack, we will not be using the vanilla look anymore. But anyway, just wanted to point that out. Let's get this going here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Do that. I did not need this here. And there it goes. Let's go grab that because we need that. But yeah, this is already going up so nicely. Get up here. Grab this. So basically we want to go 1. Let me think about this for a second. No, this is wrong. We want this to be 1, 2, 3. Let me get this real quick. We'll go grab that in a second. This should be 1, 2, 3. And then right here will be the next bit. If I'm adding this up correctly, which I should be. Yeah, that's good. Okay, let's go grab that other block. I do need to get that bit there. But yeah, you know what I'm thinking is that, I mean, we are gonna put a roof on here, so this might come across a little bit. But what I'm just thinking just now is we could put like a really cool window right here, and that would be kind of unique. I think that's gonna be the idea. I think that'd be a really cool different touch to a lighthouse build. But I guess it's really just gonna depend on how we put in the roof for that bit. But that's kind of the idea for the time being. Anyway, let's get back to the top here. Let's continue. We got the next area that we're gonna need to do the next dorite line in, which will be our last dorite line of the build. There we go. Do that. grab that. All right, let's start putting this in here. I think what we'll do is we'll go this way first. Wrap around this way. Let me do that. Make sure we don't fall. Because falling would hurt a lot at this point. This, I don't think that kills us at this, especially because I have a lot of armor on. But I mean, we are getting quite high up now. There's the turtle. There's our turtle. I have a fun idea. We need to name our turtle friend here. If you guys have any ideas what we should name our turtle friend here, leave it in a comment below, and it'll be something fun to do. Also, if you guys are enjoying the series so far, please leave a like. Share it with people that you think would be interested in watching it. I have noticed that for the amount of subscribers that I have already, I'm getting more views on these videos than I have subscribers. So if you're still tuning in and you haven't subscribed yet, please consider it. It would be a great help to the channel. Alright, here we are. We have the final line for the stem, and this is where things kind of can start getting tricky with lighthouses, is when you start getting to the top level where you know the floor has to go in order to have enough space to walk around on and have an area where you can, you know, continue up your steps in a smooth transitional area. And this is where even I still to this day can have some problems with. But obviously, the bigger your structure is, it tends to get a little bit easier when having to deal with this. But I think the easiest thing to do is when you start getting to this particular spot is right about, I think I want to say it's like right about at this level, where this block is going to be, you know, our stone brick, right? This is where I think you want to start kind of poking your head up in the level. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to break the cycle, because usually we start doing our line here. We're going to break the cycle. We're going to put in one final step here, like this. Okay. Then you do this. And this is where things start to get a little different. We're going to cut it over like this, like so. I'm going to use this dirt block as a placeholder. We now cut down from 3 steps to 2 steps. Alright. That's basically what you want to do. I'm going to go get the materials that we need for this topper. And I'll show you how this is going to look in just a moment. Alright, here we go. Get this first layer in just like this. We're going to walk it around, because this part is definitely the trickiest part, is the transition from the interior to the top area of the lighthouse where the light is going to sit. Because we made our tower so wide, it definitely gives us a lot of playroom for our light. But we still need to be cautious as far as how much room we're taking up. that's why when you get to the top of your tower, you want to cut from 3 wide staircase into a small segment of a 2 wide staircase. And we're just going to keep going around just like this for the time being. But I'm really liking the materials that we use for this. This has been so nice to work with. Now what we want to do, we're going to grab our dirt block, of course, grab our steps, boom, boom. Whoops, did not mean to hit that. There we go. Next, we need to get our final row 3, or our final row of this in. This tower is quite tall. I mean, this is about on average of where I end usually. Again, it really just depends on if I do the stem at 3 high or 5 high. But this is going to give us quite the view. I mean, as you can see already, this is quite the view to have. And we're just getting to that this final level here. From here, I should probably actually, you know what? Let's go sleep. And you know what? I might start grabbing the things like the glass. So we're gonna need that. We're gonna make a new block out of the deep slate that we have left over. Let's take care of this first. But yeah, so next, there's a couple different things that we can do here as far as our final steps go. I'm going to come here and get deep slate brick wall. We're going to get, just make this whole stack, I think, here. And then we're going to take one of these, we're going to come here, and we're going to make that deep slate brick slab, and we're going to do that. There's one more thing I want to do, because at the top of this tower, what we're going to add, we're going to need 3 of these, come here, and this is how you make a nice little lightning rod to stick at the top of our tower, so that way if it ever rains here and thunderstorms and whatnot, it's really cool when the tower, you know, especially if you're like in a village with wood, it's very important to have this, because if lightning strikes your wooden villagers' houses, they will catch on fire. So lightning rods have been a great addition to this game, but I like the idea of having this tall tower have a very cool aesthetic of having lightning strike it on purpose. So right, in all honesty, we don't even need this third layer here. We can, let's redo this for a second. This can literally be the floor right here, butting up against this here. I guess this is actually important to have it like this. Okay, we are keeping this line. I'm just trying to think of how this is going to work when it comes to the outer part that we're going to make for this lighthouse. But first, we need to put this floor in. And this is where things get tricky. So here, we want to be able to walk up our steps without hitting our heads. So it just comes down to stretching this out as far as we can. then we go back on the steps to see exactly where it is that we would hit our head. I'm pretty sure this line right here is going to be perfectly fine, and this line right here looks like it's going to be perfectly fine. We're not going to actually hit our head right there. If we go here, we are. So at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to do this, because up here we're going to have at least a bit of flooring that we can walk on, and that's what we want. And then we just fill in the rest of this area with the slabs that we have. We are running low. We are dangerously low. This is not going to cut it for the space that we're in here. I am going to have to go farm up more cobblestone in order for us to finish this. Here we are, guys. I got the floor in. So yeah, this is why we tend to have a lot of space as far as building these lighthouses, because coming up to this final floor, being able to have enough space to walk comfortably up, and then have enough space where right where I'm at is going to be the midpoint to this. And really, in all honesty, too, what we're going to end up doing is we are going to shave this down. We are going to shave this down to a, yeah, we're going to, yep. You can leave the corners in, but we want the light to shine through the four sides as much as we can allow it to, so that when you view it from a distance you can see it. So we're going to cut this out like this. Because basically what we're going to do is right here in this line, in these lines right here, we're going to have glass. We're probably going to take out the cobblestone look for that. We're going to do something a little bit different for where we place in the glass. I think honestly, we might just put in the deep slate stone for it, in all honesty. There's a piece of that down there, and I do not want to lose that because these are running out on supply on. And if we can avoid having to farm more of them, better. But anyway, guys, that's about all the time I have for this video. But it's coming along nicely. We have the stem put in. It's just going to come down to the detailing of the top of the tower, some of the details on the inside of the tower, putting in the roof on the housing part of the building. And it's coming along nicely. I can't wait to finish this up. Again, guys, if you're enjoying the series, please hit that like button. Please subscribe if you are not already subscribed. I can't wait to tune in with you guys in finishing this build and what we do from there after it's done going forward. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you have a great day, a great week. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Peace.